Goes like this: close to his death, old Major, a prize-winning boar, gather all the animals from Manor Farm for a meeting. He tells them of the dream he had in which animals had their own farm with no human to oppress and abuse them. He gives hope to the animals, telling them they must start working right away for such paradise to be real someday. Old Major dies a little after that day, and the pigs Snowball, Napoleon, and Squealer bring the main principles from his dream to live, and in order to achieve that ideal, they create a philosophy called animalism. Sometime later, the animals manage to defeat Mr. Jones, the farmer, in an unplanned battle, running him away from the farm. They change the farm's name to Animal Farm, and from that point on, all the animals work and take decisions together, and the farm prospers following the principles of animalism. They even defeat Mr. Jones and his men again when they try to take the farm back. After that, Snowball and Napoleon, the pigs with most influence among the animals, start to struggle with each other, and later on Napoleon uses the guard of dogs he raised in secret since they were puppies to chase Snowball away from the farm, telling the animals he was working in secret for Jones to come back. Napoleon then assumes the leadership of the farm and declares that from that point on all the animals can live and work in peace, leaving all the decision-making and farm management to the pigs. For the good of every animal, they say. Napoleon and the pigs began to lead the farm in questionable directions, and now, when something goes wrong, they claim that Snowball came back to sabotage their hard work. Napoleon starts a purge, getting his dogs to kill every animal that contested his leadership, claiming they were Snowball's allies. Expanding his power, Napoleon starts to act more and more like a human being, and he even starts to go against the very principles of animalism, having his propagandists justify him taking advantage on the fact that most animals are cold, hungry, and overworked. Years pass and Napoleon and the pigs become even more like human beings, walking upright, carrying whips, and even wearing clothes. Eventually, they take away all the animalist principles and override it with a single line: all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. Napoleon then changes the farm's name back to Manor Farm and allies himself with the human farmers over the country, finally finishing off the last drop of the animalism philosophy. And we end up to a scene where all the animals see Napoleon in an elite party with the farmers, and they notice they can no longer tell the difference between pigs and humans.